Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Get your boy J.D. Red Santy, and of course, sitting in with our boy Whole Milk Mike, who is looking healthier than ever. I guess is that what I can say?
Oh, thank you. That's very nice to hear.
No. Yeah, I kind of worry about you because isn't it about to get like an allergy season soon? Like, are we gonna, with the changing in the weather and such, doesn't that take a toll on you?
That is true, but it's a slight thing that it's a good thing that AJ isn't around to make me sneeze a lot anymore or make me puffy eyed anymore.
Yeah, just bring up the fact that my dog is dead and like we don't.
R.I.P. AJ.
Yeah, let's just put it to that. What's going on your end, sir? And just let everybody know what's been happening with the episode that's just released.
Yeah, we just released an episode 3 on celebrities in the world of professional wrestling, and pretty much I would. By the way, I just want to say, since Jay's letting me talk for a little bit, I just want to say thank you to everybody that reaches out to me and Ariana for positive feedback, and if you have any negative feedback, we take it. But I mean, we appreciate the comments everybody's been giving us for it. New York Wrestling Media, subscribe and tap the bell for all episodes, all content related to New York Wrestling Media with ourselves, and all the great shows on New York Wrestling Media.
Yeah, thanks for covering, because I had to take a phone call. Trying to set something up with our boy M2 because we're going to be doing our Collars to Pinfall coming up soon, and part of the New York Wrestling Media guys. It's we're doing big things over there, big things. I'm happy that the numbers are growing on the network day to day. Bumped into somebody on the elevator today at work, and I had on my, as you guys can see, I have my CM Punk shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
And guy was coming into the elevator, and he looked at me, he goes, "Oh man, cool shirt, bro." I was like, "Oh man, thanks." And he's like, "What you thought about Bash at Berlin?" And it's always funny that you could always get into conversations with a wrestling fan. As dorky and geeky as people always seem to take our fandom to such levels of the of dorkiness and geekdom, we are such a society that sticks together. We always look out for each other.
Yeah, it's always interesting when I'm out and about doing whatever the hell I'm doing. I always see wrestling shirts. Did I ever tell you the story about when I went to the gym wearing my Bullet Club shirt, and somebody ran off the treadmill, saw me, and had to give me a too sweet as I'm like entering the gym? Yeah, that actually happened to me, and I was like, I'm never wearing my Bullet Club T-shirt out in public again.
I don't blame you. I feel the same way. I do not blame you. I would have been the same way. But other than that, I am the Noah McDonald of this segment, and this is the Wrestling Rundown weekend updates. Kicking off this week's weekend update, we got Wrestling Rundown, Jacqueline's Legend deal.
I like this little detail that I got to see the headline.
Hey, listen, I'm doing some stuff. I'm working on some stuff here, some little caveats. I'm making things work on this side, you know.
I'm loving it.
I'm mad. I forgot to put on my gimmick. I got to put my gimmick on. All right. There we go.
That's what was missing.
Yeah, the gimmick wasn't on. Okay, so
I'm loving it, Jay.
Apparently, Jacqueline, the busty, robust chocolate sensation, has received a Legends deal. She is the first African American woman to get a Legends deal. Your thoughts?
Are you serious?
Yeah. Think of anybody else. Who else do you think was African American woman that's had a Legends deal?
Charmel?
No.
Really?
Nope. Charmel never gotten one.
Interesting. I mean, you know what? Good for Jacqueline. I mean, not for nothing. This usually Legends deal means video game spot, action figures, or like that type of stuff, right?
Right. Yeah.
So pretty much we're gonna see her in the next video game. And you know what? I think when somebody when the news broke, they replayed the old her and the Attitude Era in the bikini contest with doing the dancing. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty much what she did to the bank. So
Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely woman. I swear.
Matt underrated, do you think?
What was that?
Do you think is she underrated?
She was a work, and the boys loved her because she played no games. Even I believe she came out from like the Texas Mid-South area, and she was treated like one of the boys. So, yeah, I believe that maybe during that time she wasn't utilized well, but whenever she was in a match, you could believe that she could kick somebody's ass. So I'm good with it.
I think I read Hardcore Holly's book that he referred to her as the Black Steve Blackman of the women's division.
All right, that's not bad.
Because I mean, like you said, she was a badass, and you know what? She had the looks too. I mean, she did have two big helpers.
Hands. She had two big hands.
Two big hands.
Lovely
assets.
Yeah, so congratulations to Jacqueline and her Legends deal. Next one. Oh, I forgot about that. It's gonna keep ringing. God damn it.
What do you think, folks? Let me make this comment. It should Blades doesn't like black people. You fucking people are idiots.
Well, yeah, you know. I still want to do a cutting a promo about that.
I'm not the person to be kind of promo with that.
Next up, AEW's network deal. Seems as though that Tony Khan has been giving some rumblings about possibly the deal is set. Looks as though that AEW and WBD, Warner Brothers Distribution, seems to have made himself a handshake deal at the time, and so that there's a possibility not only that the PLEs, the pay-per-views will not be PLEs, it will be on the Max streaming channel, but also they might be able to have a deal with Fox. It looks like once everything's finalized, they'll be able to debut a 1-hour show on Fox, and it looks like that show will be on FS1. Your thoughts?
I can't wait for this to happen so the people that hated WWE on Fox can immediately go, oh, AEW on Fox is so much better. Like, here's my thing on the whole network thing. If it's a big deal, like the pay-per-views on HBO Max, that's a success. What I think might be another thing is I think they might lose one show and add another one. So Rampage or Collision, I think Rampage might be the oddball out and they'll be gone. The Collision stays, and then the show on Fox more than likely. Did they say what type of show it'd be on Fox? Like a talk show?
Didn't say. Apparently the name is already in effect. It's supposed to be AEW Shockwave. So not sure where that's going to land. We've already got they have shows on Wednesdays, have a show on Fridays and on Saturdays. So where would a show like Shockwave land, especially if it's a 1-hour show?
Technically Thursday. Thursday's the only day that really they could also do Tuesday.
To be going up head to head against NFL football on Thursdays. And then once that happens, they're gonna suck because they're gonna be going head to head against the NBA on Thursdays.
So then more than likely it would be Tuesday. They'll be just competing against NXT.
Right. So would they do the head to head on Tuesdays, or would they wait till 10 o'clock because NXT will be from 8 to 10? So
right. And you said it's an hour show?
Rumored to be only an hour show.
So maybe it might be a preview type show for Dynamite.
Probably. That's
where they go over the storylines. I mean, not for nothing. it'd be great to have a show that has the people talk about the storylines in AEW. That way, if you're a viewer, you could be like, okay, what am I supposed to expect tomorrow night on Dynamite? Here's your
Right.
shockwave, like that type of thing.
Yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't say that you're wrong. I kind of agree with that, and I think it actually works best for said company. I think with them, they need something of a like a recap or a preview kind of show. I don't see them utilizing anything else, but yeah, we'll see. Shockwave, especially what occurred this past week on All Out. We definitely need a show that can cover the ins and outs of why individuals are putting plastic bags over people's heads and injecting other people's mouths with syringes. Oh, the horror! Right. Who gives a shit? Next up. It seems as though that Shayna Baszler signed a new deal with WWE. WWE seems to be locking and loading with getting their deals out there. Looks as though recently I heard Cedric Alexander has signed a deal, long standing as well.
Did they say how long these deals are for? Because I think I saw someone with Cedric's like 2 years, I think.
They usually don't do 2-year deals. Usually, if it's not 3, it's either 3 to 5. So it's really it's ever anything of that magnitude of 2 years. But
I love your misspelling of Baszler's last name.
Oh, that's me in a rush. That's okay.
Baszler.
Yeah, it's all right. Don't worry about it. Listen, I don't think she gives a shit.
I mean, it's either your version or Eric Bischoff's version from the draft years ago. Blazer.
At least mine is close. So WWE seems to be handing out some new contracts.
I mean, her, Oscar, Nikki Cross, Cedric. I mean, there's a lot of the undercard guys too. There's also too. Is it Kevin Owens' deal almost up at the end of the year?
He's coming up too, but I also think that he's going to be one that he stays. I don't think he's going anywhere. So.
Oh yeah.
So, other than that, man, hey,
good for Shayna.
I know a lot of people are upset because certain individuals don't get re-signed, but listen, it's just the way you play the game. That's just how it is, man. Yeah, everybody can't get what they want, and they got to spread their wings elsewhere. This shit happens. Next up, we got congratulations to Riddick Moss and Emma. They're gonna be parents. Oh, yay!
A little Madcap or a little Emma. A little.
What was it that she was called? The
Emelina.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
With the whole. Do you think that was a Vince move?
Oh, absolutely.
It was, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
She did. I think she did. She did vignettes for like 2 months. Popped up on stage and said, "I hate this shit," and then came back as Emma the following week. Some nonsense like that.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Because I think somebody told Vince like this is not going to work. Which I forget the story, but I have to look back on her interviews where she definitely made a comment about it.
Oh my god! Yeah, and then just to have her to like walk around and just be that. I mean, then they dropped her and then she came back.
Yeah. No, I think about it too. She went from the whole dancing thing to that. Like that was a complete like 180 from what the hell she was doing in NXT.
Yeah, and to say the least, she's actually not a bad worker. So I'm
yeah.
Hey, listen, she found the love of her life there. So that's the best part about that.
That's the most important thing, isn't it, in this business?
Did you hear the Vince McMahon docuseries on Netflix? Oh, it's gonna be a doozy.
Are you referring to the fact that it's a burial of everything, of everyone?
Yeah, pretty much. Looks as though that they're saying that they pulled no punches and are pretty much trying to eradicate the mystique that Vince McMahon was actually a really good guy, but did we really believe that in the beginning all the time? Come on, please.
Did the man really have a heart? No.
Yeah, I don't think any of us really sat here and believed that the man who pretty much enjoyed watching people get pushed into the pool, um, who cut individuals while they on their wedding day. Uh, I mean, who basically destroyed territories by taking their talent and using the power hand to make sure that they could get the Northeast into the South. Yeah, I don't think this guy was to be ever be painted as one of Santa's favorites.
Meanwhile, all the stuff you just mentioned is like the less like scarier, like demonic stuff that he's has done over the
Oh,
years.
please! I didn't even want to touch that. That's why I'll let the Netflix series do it because man, that's gonna be brutal.
And apparently, I made a thing. I was like, apparently Shane or Stephanie, because we did see from the trailer that they spoke. Apparently, they are they are speaking heads in the doc. So it's gonna be interesting what they say.
Well, we will see. Was it by what is it next week? The debuts?
It's gonna be Stephanie's like, I love my dad. Shane's gonna be like, I hate my dad.
Fuck him.
He didn't let me do anything I wanted. I'm now going now I'm going to AEW.
No, here's gonna be the best thing. Exactly. It's gonna be the docu-series, and the weakest it debuts is the week that he debuts on AEW. That's when he pops up.
They're gonna do the whole like where are they now type thing when it gets to Shane's thing. It's gonna be like he's now up with the opposing rival company. They don't even
Either that, or he's gonna come out and Grand Slam, one of the two and shit.
Not for that. I do think the payoff is for whatever they're doing with Moxley and all this. I think it's gonna happen at Grand Slam.
Yeah, I think so as well. We'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
This whole Logan Paul, Kevin Nash thing. The hell? What did I miss? Have you been following along with this?
So Kevin made a comment about how the fact that Logan makes $5 million. He made a comment saying like he makes $5 million and the fucker doesn't do house shows. And then Logan made a response saying, "Who the hell's Kevin Nash? I make more money than you ever did." Blah blah blah. It's pretty much like how much money you make in contests. Because I think Kevin Nash's argument is that if you're that talented or like if you're making that much money, you should be working more. Meanwhile, look at you. Look at your career. You shouldn't be talking. I love Kevin Nash, but he shouldn't be talking about working more. That fucker never worked a day in his life. Well, more than he did. I'm
more on the side of not either one of these individuals, but I think it also came up. I didn't get to listen to the episode this week, but I think it also came up because during the interview with Hogan, and Hogan was using the wrestling terminologies.
Oh yeah, and Logan said he didn't know what they were, like what he was saying.
Right, and Hogan gave like a look to the camera, like, "What the fuck?" Like, if you're gonna be in the business, at least learn the jargon, at least know the lingo, the gimmicks, and such. What happens? Hell, a fucking rook like any of us. Hell, we know more fucking.
That's a sad and scary thing that we know more of the wrestling lingo than probably most of these wrestlers do.
Right, and which is a damn shame because him being in part of the culture, he's got to be in there, and I think that's what drew ire from Nash because he was saying like, he's not on the road, he's not out there fucking in the car sharing stories.
He's making $5 million just coming in doing one-offs.
Right, learning the business, which I get it. I understand where he's coming from. I get it, and I can see where it comes from because that's where you really hone your craft. But I don't think that's what WWE wants. I don't think that's what it is that they got from the investment with him. He has also mentioned that he is going to be full time when the start of 2025. Do you believe that this is going to happen?
I definitely believe so. And not for I was reading a thing where apparently like USA, what was it? No, Netflix is already pissed off the fact that Roman Reigns and The Rock are going to be USA exclusive. So in return, WWE is going to have John Cena be a Netflix guy. So enough for that. I could definitely see them say, give us John Cena and give us Logan Paul if you're not going to give us Rock and Roman, which kind of makes sense, honestly, at this point. Because with Logan, there's really. Can you really think of opponents on SmackDown at the moment for him? Because there's really not that many on the SmackDown brand. On Raw, there's at least more options.
Yeah, I think whenever you think of certain individuals, you think of SmackDown. Edge, I always thought SmackDown. Um, it was a SmackDown 6 when you had Eddie.
Kurt Angle was a
Kurt
SmackDown.
Angle.
Kurt Angle was a SmackDown guy for life, regardless if he went to
Right.
Raw
Yeah.
for like a
So
year.
I think Roman, he fell into that same kind of thing that he's a SmackDown guy. So I understand.
Like Seth Rollins right now is currently a Raw guy.
Yeah, I understand what Netflix is worried about, but also at the same time, that's WWE that needs to start enhancing their talent and get them on certain levels, especially on Raw.
Right.
Next up, so this came out of nowhere for everybody because, to be honest with you, no one was thinking about this. I wasn't sitting in bed pondering this. That Kiara James was removed from the main roster into the miscellaneous.
Kiana.
But it was done for injury.
It went from injury to she's getting plastic surgery to then she got hurt.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
that was the inclination. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Me and Ariana joked about that the moment she comes back to WWE TV, she looks like Deborah from the Attitude Era. She'd be like, oh, we definitely know why you were taking some time off now.
Yeah, who's this robot that just came out of nowhere? She's gonna look like if you it's a dated movie, but you have to see Goldie Hawn and Meryl Streep in a movie called Death Becomes Her, where they fucking become these basically zombies because they both were in love with Bruce Willis. It's a bad fucking movie. They both were sitting there fucking getting plastic surgery and getting posters so they can live forever. It's fucking ridiculous.
Just the idea of Meryl Streep and Bruce Willis in a movie together.
Oh yeah, it's actually a really good movie. It's kind of funny shit, but yeah.
Kiana James has been out since June, so it's funny that like we're in September and now people are like, why is she not here?
Well, speedy recoveries, girl. Let's make it back in full health and with bigger sets of boobs. Next up, so it was just recently announced that Raw will go to 2 hours till the end of the year.
Starting October 7th.
Yeah, I'm okay with this. I think what it's because of the deal that they made with USA, with being able to finish out the year so they could get it to Netflix in January. They were able to finish out the year with USA, and USA put it on the table that, hey, we got to go 2 hours because we already had blocks set up for that time frame, for that time period, and we had shows that we already lined up for that. So they want to 2 hour blocks. Some believe that this is a warm up for maybe 2 hours on Netflix. I don't see it happening.
Do you know what? I could definitely see either side because nothing I did before this whole thing wasn't when they made the Netflix deal. Wasn't when because technically they're supposed to be off now. Raw is not supposed to be on the air at the moment because I think
I think the end of the year. I mean, the end of September was their last the contract. It was like the 30th or something like that.
Right, and I think this is the obvious resolution. We'll give you a 2 hour block for the remainder of the year, and I could definitely see them because we have to wait and see how they do with 2 hours because we've been doing 3-hour Raws for a decade now, a decade. And then when people, it was weird to see people react. Oh, they need that third hour. How are we supposed to get everything? How's everybody supposed to get on TV? Meanwhile, people like normal wrestling fans, like 2 hours is enough. And if people get cut off the show, that's their fucking problem. That's when you write a show and book a show, you need to be able to fit everybody on your show properly in 2 hours or whatever the time span you have. Everybody doesn't need to be on the show. Let's be honest. But
Yeah, but I don't want to say it's not their fucking problem. I have to say that it's what you're doing with the 3 hours. That's the thing.
no, yeah,
If you have a 3 hour show and you're only doing an hour or 10 minutes of wrestling, that's not good.
no, right, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If there's more talking than wrestling on your 3 hour show, there's a problem. But I'm just saying that a lot of people that we see now on the 3 hour shows, some of them might not be on the 2 hour show. It's just that with Triple H, he's gonna have to find a way to rotate everybody properly and get everybody some TV time to get themselves over and blah blah blah. And then as far as like for Netflix, I definitely think they agree to 3 hours. So there's nothing changing once that goes to January. I think we're getting 3 hour Raws back. But at least for the end of the year, it'd be nice to have 2 hours of Raw again.
I don't even think it's going to be 3 hours. I think it's going to be chopped to 2.5 because with 3 hours you had commercial breaks during the networks. That's what you get. On Netflix, you're only going to get ads if you have a subscription that have ads, and those ads only last maybe 2 minutes. It's not like big blocks. So sometimes you get a 30-second commercial here, 30-second ad here, and then boom, you're back. And I think with those, you're going to be we're going to be seeing the picture in pictures with that. So I think the shows are only going to be maybe 2.5 hours.
I don't know. We still have to wait and see because we still don't know anything about the next Netflix deal once it starts in January.
Right.
But hey, all for 2 hours. Let's get our 2 hours Raw backs.
Next up, have you been seeing what's going on with these WWE picture leaks?
No.
So there seems to be.
I know. Okay. I know which one you're talking about.
There seems to be staff members, not sure who it is and where it is, that they're taking pictures of the preparation, the trial runs, the ring work before the show, and it's being leaked onto the socials. And the higher ups are not pleased about this. So much so that even Jim Ross said, "Whoever is doing this needs to be fired immediately."
Mm-hmm.
I bring this up because, fine, we have the conversation. Of course, we know everybody's friends in really life. Nobody's really upset with each other. There was a picture that was shown of CM Punk and Drew McIntyre standing there. Right, fine, I get it. Wrestling is a different monster when it comes to storylines.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling is, regardless of we knowing the kayfabe, regardless of us knowing that, yes, these people actually have Thanksgiving dinners with each other, even though they're in a blood feud. Yes, we get that. We know. But there's a certain mystique and sense of belief when we are watching wrestling. It used to be like that years ago when Muhammad Ali would have big wars with Frazier, right? And it was always believed that he couldn't stand him, but in the background they were actually cool with each other. They were good friends,
right?
And that's what the mystique we as wrestling fans wanted to have. We wanted to see. We want to still have that grip of, oh shit, they really can't stand each other. Fuck, and I think that them, the individual that's doing this, what's the benefit? What are you getting out of it? What's the point of doing it?
Also, if you think about it, the curtain has been burned to the ground, so you're not really telling us anything we don't already know. That wrestling's fake. Everything that you see on TV is fake. I mean, not for nothing. You brought up boxing. Not for nothing. A lot of the UFC fighters are all friends too. They
Right.
they tell each other to go fuck themselves, their mothers, all that shit. Meanwhile, in the back, they're high fiving and saying, "Oh, that was a good fight, good job," blah blah blah.
In the back, what are you talking about? After the match, they fucking shaking hands, they loving each other.
No, I know, yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, like, it's everywhere. Like, not like everybody is friends with like the picture. Because I mean, like I said, like you said, Jim Ross had that outrage. Like, oh, if I was still there, I would have fired that person. Because also the thing is, now you have to go through the entire production crew. Be like, okay, let me see your phone. Let me see your phone. Did you take a picture? Like, then you have to start all that nonsense. So it's one of those things where it's like, for the person that takes the pictures, what is your purpose of doing that? Because for wrestling fans that know it's fake and know all this is scripted, thank you for proving what we've been saying.
Yeah, it's almost like being the obnoxious person in the room to show that you're smarter than the next person or some shit like that. It's like
Right.
fuck off. Like that please.
It's like you're telling the kid, "Oh, those comic book heroes you like, they're not real."
Yeah, Santa's not. I'm not saying that out loud because I don't know if your nephew can hear it.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if your nephew.
no, my nephew's not here. You can say it.
Okay. Oh man, that would have spoiled Christmas for everybody.
You would have caused a house fire over here, Jay.
Yeah, thank goodness I checked myself for that. There was a big debut that occurred this past week. Hammerstone made his way to NXT.
He fits right in.
He looks fantastic. Yo, he's gotten in a lot. I mean, he wasn't in bad shape before, but he's like really like looking monstrous. And like you said, he fits right in.
Right. And I mean, for anybody that doesn't know what his physique was before, think of Chris Masters at his biggest peak, and then when he
Right.
shrunk down. That's what Hammerstone pretty much did. He was at a monstrous physical shape, and now he's toned. He's small. He's smaller than he was. It's like you definitely see with a lot of the bigger guys, like Hulk Hogan, when he went from his biggest to his smallest.
Right.
But and also too is like I'm so sick of seeing this from people where it's like, oh, but he lost. He lost to Obafemi. Do you not understand? At least he got on NXT and he got some spotlight on him. He got to show who the fuck he was.
Yeah, and this is something that us, like you and I, and you know, the our circle of wrestling fans, we would wanting to see that. You know, when we would do our own little drafts, we'd be like, yo, Hammerstone would be fucking great at NXT.
Mm-hmm. And also, too, everybody's been like, oh, where's the TNA stars? There's one right there. Oh, but he lost. It's like, what the fuck do you want? I mean, Zachary Wentz and Joe Hendry have been on NXT television with wins. Jordan Grace has been on NXT television and she's winning all the damn time.
Right.
What's the real excuse here?
Hey, listen, the NXT stars are going to TNA and they're losing. Oh, hey, you gotta. It's part of
but a lot of people that they're sending over are still they're developmental people, and you know what? That's good reps for them too.
Right.
I mean, not for nothing. Everybody's still. This is still better than the AEW crossover. Name more than one person that went over from AEW to TNA.
Yeah, no, it's true. That's what I said. I like I said, I thought he looked really good. I thought it was a good match with him and Femi, and I wouldn't be surprised if they run it back.
Also, just shows you how seriously how big this Oba Femi is. Even if Hammerstone is as big as he is, he's still not as big as fucking Oba.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oba's fucking Broly from Super Dragon Ball.
I love all the guys all the people who have not seen Hammerstone before. They were like, why does he remind me of Triple H? I said, yeah, everybody says that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
WWE will be cutting their live events in 2025. Good or bad thing for the fans?
Oh, Jesus God. I'm gonna say bad for now because if if live events get cut, that means prices on the limited live events go up.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about because. Like I said, also too with the WWE schedule, it's ridiculous as it is because with December they now cut a pay per view and they do take the Christmas break off, but they do the holiday MSG show. So I mean, with Triple H in charge, he at least is recognizing the fact that okay, we don't need to run that many events because we generate a lot of money already, regardless of the amount of shows we do. So, I mean, a downsizing house shows wouldn't be that bad. It'd be good for the wrestlers too. That also helps them do not get hurt. So that's a plus for them as well.
Yeah, I it just says reported that it went from previously excuse me, previous years it was 300 shows, live events a year, down to 250 as of the previous 2 years, and they're looking to downsize it to at least 200 or probably even less by 2025. Yeah, the prices will go up, but I also say that in this day and age, especially with uh, how the economy is and such, people really don't need to start paying for fucking tickets like this and going out to these shows all the fucking time. Uh, you've been getting a lot more benefits with the big shows, and you've been getting a lot more benefits when you're watching at home in the PLEs. It's cool when it comes to your town. It's fun. I get it. House shows are actually one of the better shows because they're trying out stuff. They're doing more fun things when they're in your town. You can
Mm-hmm.
see them, break out a dance or try a new move and such and that. But it also helps with the wear and tear on their bodies, and they also are able to, be able to get more of a sense of TV time and TV work that as opposed to going from town to town, and it also gives them time to be home with their families again.
Exactly. I mean, it's a benefit for the talent, but it's gonna hurt the pockets for the fans.
Right. So it's a double-edged sword. It's unfortunate, but
I'm
it's
surprised with those numbers that you read off because I was thinking 200 house shows in a year. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, they do television Mondays and Fridays, and then they do house shows Saturday and Sunday. So it's doesn't seem like a lot.
right. But sometimes they'll run depending on the spot where they're at, if, they'll run a Thursday or just whatever spot, little spots here and there. Have to crunch the numbers because you think about it. If you say Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's four. Four times six. Let's say four. 4 8, so that's 16 a month. 16 times 12 is I don't know. Where's my math at? My math two
192.
192. So yeah, it's about right. Yeah, it's about right. It'll be around. So maybe they'll do a spot show here and there from making it around like 250. So or remember when they also go overseas and such, they're cracking numbers over there. So
Right.
and usually they do week-long shows over there. So
Remember the old schedule. There'd be tape in Raw Mondays, tape to air on Thursday or Friday for SmackDown. Have I think Wednesday off, and then go back on the road for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday.
right. So they it's changed a lot. They changed the landscape a lot when it comes to that.
Yeah.
The Motor City Machine Guns. Rumor has it that they will be debuting at the season premiere of NXT on the CW. Are you excited for this?
About fucking time. I mean, how many months has it been now that we've been speculating where the hell they're going?
Yeah, it's been some time. You're correct. Yeah.
I mean, seriously. I mean, because, and I've already read the thing where they're going to be the new face of the tag team division in NXT. With them being the new face and then Julia being the face of the women's division, and then I think they're doing the Trick Williams Ethan Page rematch. I guess Trick gets his belt back, and then I'd be surprised if Ethan gets a main roster call up. I'd be surprised if that's what's going to happen. But NXT going to CW is definitely going to change how it's definitely gonna have an overhaul of what the new talent's gonna look like.
I'm happy to see that everything's shifting.
Right.
You know, you got USA with SmackDown, you got Netflix with Raw, you have CW. It's an ebb and flow of everybody getting a piece of something. NXT is perfectly for the fans who can get to watch wrestling. You know, now, you know, it's not like, I mean, Fox is the same. You could have got, you get the antenna, you could get there, but the CW has that feeling of family connecting, you know, group type of channel, and it's been like that because, you know, like, you know, if you look at all the TV shows and rom-coms and that they had over there, wrestling, although it's wrestling, it's also that same feeling as well. So I think it works best with the CW, and with mostly Machine Guns going over there. Like I said, long time coming. I actually wanted to see them and the American Wolves be on NXT years ago. I was waiting for that. I believe the American Wolves had like 2 tryout matches with NXT.
They called them the American Pit Bulls.
The Pitbull, no, the Bulldogs, American Bulldogs.
American Bulldogs, yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently it was Davey's attitude that didn't give him the job.
Yeah, I was not happy about that, but
you think there could be more to City Machine Guns? Do you think they trademark that?
So. I think they are. I think they're gonna take it with them. I don't see why, you know, why change it now. But
they have them here, and then if Lucha Bros come in by the end of the year, I mean, that tag division for a couple months is gonna be fun.
Oh yeah. Oh, I even forgot about that. Whoo, my nipples just got hard. Thanks for reminding me. Woohoo.
I kind of have a feeling what the main event is, unless it's not the Nikki Bella thing. It's probably not.
Oh, no, please, why would I main event that? Please,
so never mind my thoughts.
No, so the main event is I'll just flash it on the screen. It's that time.
Oh no!
It's that time. You know what it is.
You should give me a warning. I would have looked this stuff up.
Oh, the PWI is 500. Here comes my gripes. Red has his gripes. Can you feel me when it comes to why this is problematic to me? Like,
because you feel it's biased.
First of all, it's biased. All right, I'll give you 2 folds of why this thing bothers me. Number one, anybody who's made it to the big shows, who's made it to the center ring of the circus, to say, the AEWs, the TNAs, the WWEs, and such, automatically, I believe they should be listed on at least 1 through 150, 200. Granted, right? Okay.
Yeah.
That's my belief. My second gripe is, why are you putting women in this list when they have their own list?
Right.
If you don't want them, if you separate them, fine. But why add them here? If not, just throw them on the list as well. It's only 50 of them. You only do a PWI 50 list of women, so throw them on the list as well.
I'm already looking at who's. I want to go through the 25.
Well,
I don't give a shit because
I just want to give a quick shout out to a couple of people we know. Shout out to Smiley, who made the list this year. Our boy made it to the list.
Absolutely. And it's a damn shame. It's just that he made it now. He should have been on that list for so many years now.
I said the same thing.
He just got on the list. Good for him though.
Proud of him. Also, Charles Mason made the list as well.
Good for him. Hold on. What number is he?
I saw Mason. He believes it's around the 400s. Yeah, 457.
Apparently, Matthew Justice is better than him at 397.
Ain't that no? He's exactly like. And this is what
Microman is at 396.
Exactly. Are you? This is what I'm saying. There's 2 rhinos on this list.
Different spellings.
No, same.
Way to go.
Yeah, and you know, you oh, my boy O'Shea Edwards made the list. Shout out to O'Shea at 418. Cheeseburger, where are you working at? I don't even see you. I know you're a trainer, but where the hell are you at?
I think he's still wrestling for Ring of Honor, technically.
Is he? Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
The Miz at 281. He's better than Kofi Kingston at 282. He's better than Sami Callihan at 285.
Wait, who is that? Oh, is that Bougie? Oh, Bougie made the list. Oh, okay. Bougie made the list at 378. Okay.
Wardlow at 246.
You see, this Lexus King is at 368. This is what I'm talking. If you're, I don't know. Okay.
Dijak at 181.
Shane Mercer's at 360. They need to put him somewhere. Somebody needs to book him somewhere.
Masha Slamovich at 118. She's better than Ricky Shane Page and
Ninja
Jeff Cobb.
Black. Ninja Black is on this.
One called Manders at 115.
Who's that? The Tuck Man? I don't. I've heard of that name. I think I'm okay.
All right. AJ Styles 56. Randy Orton 55. Max the Impaler at 54.
This is what I'm. Oh no, I just saw it. Oh, Megan Rain was at 139. Jordan Oliver, I think he's been out on injury for like almost a year. He's 133.
And this is the thing that always fucks us up. It's always a time period of from July to from 1 year to the following year. So it's like it's not like from January to December. It's never like that.
Shout out to Effie. Effie made the list at 122. I'm like, really? What is? How do we rate this?
So I honestly want to go through the 25 to the number one. But before we get to that, Christian Cage at 29, Trick Williams at 28, LA Knight 27, Adam Copeland 26. And then when I read you the number 25 name, how the fuck Alex Kane at 25?
This is what boggles the mind.
And then your boy Orange Cassidy at 24.
Of course.
Number 23, Alex Shelley. That's fine, I guess. Number 22, Nick Nemeth. Sure.
Okada at 21.
This might be his lowest, honestly. This is the first time he's out of the top 10.
I believe so, yeah.
Eddie Kingston
at 20. Eddie's been out for how long?
Again, you know what? I think it was also too because he had his performance in the Continental Classic, so probably that stuff helped him.
Yeah.
El Hijo del Vikingo, Mustafa Ali, then El Hijo del Vikingo again. Vikingo's is a guy that's been hurt for a while. He's just coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Jey Uso 17, Sonata 16, Moose 15, Bryan Danielson at 14.
At 14, I think that might be another sign that he
should be in the top 5.
I mean, he usually is in the top 10 in most cases.
Drew McIntyre 13. Yeah. Drew McIntyre 13. He should be in a higher. Sami Zayn higher. Samoa Joe 11. Okay. Mystico at number 10. Wow. Okay. Gunther at 9. Sure. 8. John Moxley.
Part-time Moxley.
He should have been lower. I'm sorry. Him and Danielson, I would reverse that. We'll switch 7 MJF. Agreed. 6 Damian Priest. You know what? Good for him. 5 Tetsuya Naito. No.
Listen, I love Naito. I love him, but he's way too high on this list.
He didn't have a good year, honestly.
No, did not.
4 Seth Rollins. He's been out. He's been hurt a lot.
Yeah.
He's been taking too much time off. Okay, so when we get to the top 3, this is where I think a lot of people are going to be like, what the fuck? 3, Will Ospreay, 2, Swerve Strickland, and number 1, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is the PWI Wrestler of the Year.
When was the last time a WWE wrestler got the number 1 Wrestler of the Year?
50 years ago.
Hogan had it, or Bruno Sammartino had it.
Macho Man had it.
LA Knight at 27.
Yeah.
Christian Cage at 29. I'm
I mean,
no Punk?
Yeah, I didn't see Punk's name on the list.
Yeah, no Punk. Interesting.
Because technically he didn't even work, or no?
I mean, a lot of people on this list didn't work, but
I think Punk's case, I think he did the All In match, and then fired. Survivor Series, Rumble got hurt. Yeah, he only had technically one match for all of last year. If we go by July, I think that's how it goes.
Yeah, I say it every year. We need to find out what is the criteria for this list, because we always say it, lists don't mean shit, but I still need to know how you culminate these rankings and such. It's always like when you hear the Meltzer ratings and such, because now it's Meltzer rating.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter whether or not a match was good. It's what the crowd says and how it makes them feel. Okay, Hogan versus Rock at WrestleMania was probably one of the biggest fucking crowd pops you'll ever fucking get in history, and still got like a 3 rating or some shit, like 3 stars or 3.5.
I think. Did you see the Stevie Richards video?
No.
Where he talked about what matches should have been the best rated, and he's heard Hogan and Andre because of the gate and all that shit. And when he heard that Meltzer gave him -4, he banged his head on the wall. He goes, "I don't." He's like, Meltzer's just the ultimate troll, isn't he?
He's no, and like I said, it's not even a troll. He just wants to be so accepted by the cool young kids now, which is the AEW crowd. So that's what he wants.
But he gave Hogan and Andre -4 stars because he said that match, great build up, got a lot of money, but the match sucked.
Like I said, I can't call it. I can't call it with him anymore, and I can't call it with these listings anymore. But check us out at the end of the year where you'll hear our awards.
I was going to ask you because I wanted to talk about it because when I saw the 3, Ospreay, Strickland, and Rhodes, not a bad 3, honestly. I mean, I agree with all 3. All 3 have had solid years. I would have it Ospreay, Cody, then Swerve, honestly, for me, with match quality.
Didn't Ospreay win last year?
Maybe he did.
I think he had it last year.
Because I think Ospreay's just on this streak of like great matches, and he can't do anything wrong. But
I think what happened is with the Cody run, with the Finish the Story run, actually solidified him on that list. It got him up there. I think that's what it was, especially with the groundswell of fans who were disappointed that he might not be able to do it, and we saw that they had to switch it last minute. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it benefited. Swerve definitely is a solid 2. Solid. Even though I hate what they did with him and his title run in AEW, he's a solid 2 there. But yeah, it's a tricky, slippery way of ranking these guys. And you know what? What do I know? I don't get paid the big bucks to do this shit anyway. But one day we will, and because of
no, we won't. We are not ranking 500 wrestlers.
I don't even want to rank 5. Let's just. I don't even want to do 5 wrestlers.
You know what's going to be amazing thing is for Swerve is that if he would have got the PWI, I wouldn't be surprised if it was the first African American wrestler to be number 1. Like I'm surprised that's not like a thing. Or hopefully there's been black wrestlers that have been number 1.
I think they said no. I don't think there hasn't been one. I think he and Rock are tied for the highest ranking of an African American on the list.
Oh, I assume probably Rock's made number 1 sometimes. Also, the
highest he's ever made was 2.
Okay, but did Nana make best manager of the year? Was it that thing I saw too? Nana was like in the top 5, or
I don't know. I know for commentators, I know Nigel McGuinness got it. That's what I saw.
And you know who was number 10 on the list?
Who was that?
Matt Menard, Daddy Magic from AEW, made the announcers top 10.
And on that note, I gotta go. All right, guys. Make sure you check us out on all the social media outlets. Check us out on the like group page on Facebook. Make sure you check us out on Instagram at Turnbuckle Tab, as well as on TikTok on Turnbuckle Tab. Doing a collaboration there where I'm Turnbuckle Tabloid on TikTok will also be part of our network, which I'll get to in a minute. Also, make sure you check us out on all the podcasting outlets. Make sure you check us out on iTunes, Spotify, and all things connected to the podcasting world. Download and subscribe, be a part of a vibe of us there on all the podcasting outlets. And of course, check us out on New York Wrestle Media, where you get all big name shows. We've been hitting up content weekly, and I'm trying to do daily as much as I can. I just released a new episode of Press Save with Santi, playing Tecmo Super Bowl, one of my favorites growing up as a kid, retro gaming and such. See if I can bring a team to the Super Bowl on this past week's episode. Check us out there. And Mike, give your promo for History and Headlocks.
History and Headlocks. Tap the bell, subscribe for a very fun hour of history of learning about the world of professional wrestling from the years past. And you playing Tecmo Bowl made me remember that I've never played Tecmo Bowl in my life.
Oh man, please. Once we get you on these emulators and such, we really got to get into these games, man. I have a whole like a whole storage deck full of all these games, and I'm ready to rip and run, and it gives me motivation to play the games, so I might as well just go with it. But other than that, like I said, Call of the Pinfall coming up soon. Just released a 30 ounces table, and I've been a new episode of We Didn't Buy a Ticket will be coming out soon, and much more. So guys, thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for liking, and thank you guys for being a part of not only Turnbuckle Tabloid, but New York Wrestle Media and our wrestling fandom. And thanks again, Mike, for your time, bro.
Anytime.
All right, guys. And as always, I have to play the outro because Mark never knows.
He doesn't care.
Stop it. He does. Check you guys in a sec.
2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.